Oh my God, slop, damn, slop. Chemical alert like bats on the ceiling. Black on my cape, can't see what I'm dealing. Black in my heart, can't feel any feeling with my slot ass slut, so I gotta keep willing.
I want episode suck.
We're live with you.
Yeah, I want them to know.
Of course you want. Yeah. Of course.
I mean, I feel like he knows.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, it was.
I feel like he should.
It was pretty bad. I mean,
it like almost felt like it was on purpose.
Yeah. What if he hates our podcast so much that he purposely got on as a guest? Like he was waiting for you to like ask him, and then he's like, "Now's my chance," and then he just made it like really bad on purpose. I'm gonna go for a walk in the middle of this. Yeah.
Oh. Right?
Yeah, he did that. That was kind of weird.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on?
But it was still better than the time we had our friend Danny Frank on. He made it even weirder.
It was. Yeah, that's right, Danny. If you're listening to this, you can suck it.
And the only reason I'm saying that is because he won't put us on his podcast. That's not true. He
or
probably
his
will
shows.
Eventually. But
I don't even want to be in it. I don't want to be in his podcast anymore.
I do. I don't care. Danny, we're still friends. Danny, don't look. Don't pick,
Danny.
Block Pablo out. Put your hand over Pablo's face in this if you're watching this. And just look at me right now. I'll do walks of life, dog. I'll be like, hey, this is Frank Martinez. And it's Danny Frank's walks of life. Like, let me do my what is that? An audition tape, okay? While you're brushing your beard.
I don't know if you need an audition for that.
This is my submission
just
tape.
Kidding, Danny.
So I can get
He's
it
not
on there. I know.
To this.
You're gonna make him cry,
dude.
dude.
He's too busy being cool.
That's fair. That is true.
He's not listening to this.
Hi, Irene.
He is.
Hi, Irene.
Hi. He is cool. He likes my project that's in the bag posts all the time.
Oh, dope. See, support.
So
See, Danny
I.
goes out there and supports people, unlike Pablo.
No.
Well, you know what? We'll just talk shit about him after the show. Let's not get into that right now. I thought about something.
Of course you did.
All right. So, as you guys know, because you clicked on it, Completely Useless Podcast here. Frank Martinez, Pablo Sanchez. Today, we have a very special guest, one of my favorite people in the world. Fucking, she runs a show. She runs
I used to.
Well, I mean, we can't do any of that shit right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, she runs an open mic at the Alley Gallery, in downtown Pomona. If you're a frequent listener, we had Gio in it. The guy that runs we have Gio 2 episodes ago as a guest. He runs the Alley Gallery. Irene runs an open mic there, and if you please, you can come and do some time on stage. It's one of my favorite mics.
Yeah,
honestly.
It's a good time.
The crowd is really good.
Thanks,
all
guys.
The artists get along.
We
really
love
well.
having you guys.
Yeah, it's awesome. She is also a poet and a writer, and she has a book out that you can buy right now called A Closet Full of Hoodies.
Yes.
Where can we get this book, Irene?
Okay, so there are multiple ways, but I would just Google Closet Full of Hoodies, and it should pop up. And the cover is a hoodie, a gray hoodie, and then it says Closet Full of Hoodies, a closet full of hoodies, a collection of confessions.
How did you get into poetry, first of all? How did you know that was something you wanted to do? I mean, because they make you write poems and shit in school or whatever, you know? How did you know?
Yeah, I had to write a haiku once.
How do haikus even work?
You know what? I think that's when it started.
Shit.
Yeah, like in I would say 7th grade, we had like a 2-hour block of like creative writing, and they would tell us to write different types of like poems like haikus or like different stanzas or whatever, but like I guess that just strengthened my passion for it. But I've always written like in journals and stuff, and always like reflected on like throughout the day or whatever. Even like if I bought something new, I'll write it in my journal or something. I don't know. I always written.
You just kept a regular diary and pretty much or
Yeah,
journal.
yeah. I felt like
And
journaling helped enter you into that poetry field. I don't know. But yeah, I've always written, but I've never shared until maybe like 5 years ago.
mm,
Yeah, because I was like, oh, I don't wanna share this shit. Like, it's so personal, and then like it's like it's too real, and you're like, you don't want people to know that about you. But
yeah, and it feels odd, right, when you're writing something
mhm.
specifically to publish, right? Something that you know there's gonna be a lot of there might possibly be a lot of eyes on. There's gonna be eyes on, right?
Yeah,
From other perspectives on it, right?
yeah,
As opposed to just writing in your journal because that's just for you.
yeah. And like you guys know, I write erotic. I write.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
sexy ass
when
poems.
so when I came out with the book, I was hesitant. I was debating on coming out with it in public because I'm like, oh fuck, what if my parents see this? Even my cousins, like I never showed them like the stuff I would write or whatever. Like I felt like that was like so personal that they don't know that part of me, even as a family member.
I
But
think some of my
but
cousins
yeah,
don't
like
know I do stand up, so I
That's how
feel
I
you.
felt the first time
yeah.
I did a dick joke on stage. It's really weird. It's very
Is
like the
there did
same.
you have
No,
anything,
no,
Irene? Did you?
no. You guys don't lie, Frank, because
What
okay,
do you
I
mean?
go to you guys' show. I go to like
Uh-huh.
a fucking comedy show. Every guy,
Uh-huh.
every guy talks about his dick or like a dick
I
or
don't. I
like
talk about
I
guys that
mean,
try to fuck me.
oh my I mean that's I
Maybe
feel
that's my
like I
problem.
feel like I feel like that's in the same realm. But yeah,
Fair
you
enough.
guys talk about dicks a lot.
I don't
I
talk about
Talk
mean,
my
about
dick.
dicks a lot.
write about
I
what you
talk
know.
about
Talk about what you know.
I
I
mean,
talk about
yeah, that's
crying more than I talk about my dick.
That's true. Lots
so,
of crying.
so, was there
I guess.
anything? Was there anything, Irene, that you didn't put in your book out of fear of that? Like, was there one that you were like, oh, this is too much? Like,
Oh, for
even
sure.
after all
I
that thinking, oh yeah.
So each poem is dedicated to like a an experience with a guy. And my
You talk
dumbass
about
at
fucking, right?
first,
I know.
hey,
I'll make
that
sure
was my
everyone
whole
knows.
phase. That was my whole phase that I didn't get to go through. Anyways, so I was gonna title each poem after the dude, but then I was like, no, that's too. I feel like that would make their head even bigger. You know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. I don't
Like
want this
I
motherfucker
don't
to
want.
feel
Yeah,
special.
like I don't want you to feel like, oh my god, I did a number on her, so she wrote about me. But anyways, so like,
Every guy named Eric or Chris is just like, oh
right,
yeah.
right. So
I
like,
feel like no. You know what? You're right because
I
that will
just
make
kept
me
the
feel really
name.
good.
Yeah, like, oh hell
Even
no,
if it
like
was the worst thing ever,
I
I'll
just
be like,
kept the
hell
first
yeah.
name. I mean, the first letter of the name. I changed their names. So that's
Oh,
the
that's
one
fair.
thing I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the one thing I didn't add,
So you
or the
changed
name.
Eric's for Eduardo's or something like that.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Like one was named it started with Brian, so I put Brandon.
Fair enough.
I mean,
Keep it
you
simple.
know,
What if
yeah,
Brian listens to this, Irene?
Brian. I mean, he lives in Rancho Cucamonga, so we'll never know. Maybe it's in the
Brian, what's up?
airwaves.
You start getting text messages from Brian.
Ew.
I heard you wrote about me. What's
Yeah, I
up?
think Irene's tired of text messages from exes.
Oh,
Yeah, dude, it's fucking insane.
you get
It's
texted by from
insane.
your ex? I don't ever. I do such a terrible job. My exes never even bother.
The
My
thing is,
exes.
dude, it's like this guy keeps using different phone numbers to the point where it feels
Creepy.
like Pablo fucking knows, and it's like stalker
Fucking
status.
psycho, dude.
Yeah, that's
I
like
Yeah.
mean,
I
just
never understood that kind of like behavior, like from men. Like, I get
It's
it. You know,
just
you might be upset
you
that
don't
something
understand a
happened
lot
and
of
you
things,
can't.
Frank. So
That's very true. I don't. There's a lot of things that just I don't comprehend. I don't know. Have you ever done that? Have you ever gotten another phone
no.
number
I mean, I
after
was
you've been
just trying to.
blocked?
I mean, I was just trying to give you a
Were you
shit, but
trying
yeah,
to
I don't
flex your
understand
creepy
that
skills
either.
right now? Is that what was going
Yeah,
on? You're like, bro, I can get
yeah.
like 10 phone numbers and call the same girl.
No. That's weird. Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to talk to anyone, not even just an ex, anyone that bad, that I would
Yeah.
do all
That
this work
Yeah.
to talk
yeah,
to.
Right.
clearly doesn't want to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
Some guys just can't take no, or they can't like take the guilt, I guess.
You think it's an ego thing, maybe?
I think it's an
Like,
ego
For
thing.
why would she
sure.
not want to talk to me?
For
You know, like what I
sure.
mean? Like they see it like
Hmm.
that. That's
He's one of those
wild. It's like,
guys. He's one of those guys that are like, oh, I'm like the best at this, and I'm the best looking. He's so ugly. Like, and I hate using the word ugly because
Yeah.
it's like ugly. Like, I don't want to use that word because I feel like if I use the word ugly, I'll become ugly.
Oh.
Like, so like, but
but
his personality and like the toxic shit made him ugly. When in the beginning I saw the good thing in him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. But you guys, it's fucked up. Even now I'm going through this shit, and then it's to the point where either I have to change my phone number or like get a restraining order.
That's crazy, dude.
or
I
or
started.
here's an idea, Irene.
Hmm.
Frank and I grab some baseball bats and we go pay him a visit. I'm not
In
saying we're
San
gonna beat him up.
Diego.
I
I'm not
live
saying
right
we're gonna beat
there.
him up.
It's like not even
Frank's
that
like,
far.
okay, Frank will go. Frank's like 20 minutes away.
Yeah, I'm like,
You're
what's
So,
up,
right.
Brian? Huh? Son, what up? Don't fucking call
so
Irene again,
dude,
fool.
he'll
Fuck
go.
you
He'll
up.
go on his motorcycle
Yeah.
like he's from the Yakuza.
Oh.
Okay.
He'll get off.
I'm not
He'll get
committing to
off.
getting a dragon tattoo. Like I'm gonna get one, but not
A
like for
suit.
this.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
want to
get
get a
the full.
scorpion tattoo, just like in the movie Drive. You know how he had a
Oh
scorpion in his
God, of
jacket,
course.
but I want to
Yeah,
get that
Oh.
tatted.
you would.
Either that, or I'm gonna get Ryan Gosling's face.
Dude, you should get Ryan Gosling's face. That'd be
Oh,
awesome.
you know what? No face, but like the outline of his character in Drive.
That would be
You know
cool.
what I mean? Like
That'd
the
be really
outline,
cool.
it's just the outline, and you can see the difference between the pants and the jacket, and the
Yeah.
scorpion and the hair, and you can see it's
Yeah.
just one guy, just like from behind. He's just standing with his hand in his pockets, you know, and then but like it's him.
Of course.
Yeah,
That's what you
I'm
want.
gonna do that.
Uh,
That's my next tattoo.
yeah, I'm sure.
I
Ryan
know a
Gosling.
guy. I know a guy.
So weird. That's so like the weirdest tattoo. I don't
What do you
judge,
mean?
but that one a little bit.
How is
Uh,
that weirder than getting a Star Wars tattoo or something?
I don't know.
I
It's a
love that
movie.
movie and I love the character. I love the actor.
That's fair. Okay, fair enough. You're right. Not that weird. My bad.
If I was
but-
just getting Ryan Gosling's face, it would be a little weird.
like on your chest, like just
Ryan
in the middle of
Gosling
your
because
chest,
Ryan,
a
no,
giant
right
Ryan
here.
Gosling's like staring in like outward. That'd be funny.
Ryan Gosling's that meme when he's like looking like all disgusted
Yeah.
or something. That actually
What?
be
I've never
hilarious.
seen that.
It's from that movie Crazy Stupid Love. Have you seen that movie?
Yes, I know
Remember the
now.
part where
I
he's
know
like,
now.
ugh, yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that. Getting that.
Dude, that actually be a cool
I think
tattoo.
it'd
I'd
be
be into
kinda
that
funny.
one.
It would be kind of funny actually. I might get that instead.
There you go. Irene, I wanted to ask you because you were saying how
Yes.
we're kind of talking about like how dudes can be kind of creepy. I
Mhm.
actually had a situation where a friend of mine, she's I do gaming
Yes,
streaming,
Frank,
and that's how
whatever
I
you
met
said,
her.
Frank, let me just answer your question. Whatever you said was creepy.
I didn't say it wasn't about me.
Oh,
Fuck
okay.
off, okay? I
'Cause
didn't do
sometimes
the
you say
creepy
things
thing.
that-
I
Be
actually,
quiet. Let
I
them
didn't-
talk.
I know, right? Like he loves to do it. He loves to make it look like I'm gonna say something, like I'm gonna do something wrong, and I'm not even talking about me. Okay.
Well, you often do. I'm just trying to prevent something
Okay.
weird.
What you see? You make it sound like I do all this crazy shit, and I don't do shit. Okay.
Okay, if you say so.
So I have a friend who's also a fellow streamer, and so she went on her like stream and was talking about thinking about doing like an OnlyFans, and all she did was put it out in a post, and like all these dudes came out of nowhere, and like it was one thing if they were asking about her doing the OnlyFans or like encouraging, but she got two really weird like she got three types of responses. She either got mad support, people were hating on her for doing it, or dudes were being like extremely creepy.
Like, hey, send me some pictures of your feet or something like that.
Yeah, no, it was like right away.
Let's
Because all
just
she
get
did was
this
say,
going
I'm
right
thinking
now.
about
I'll send you
doing...
$50 right now.
Yeah, no, it was bad. Like, because I commented on there something like, like,
get it, girl.
very no, like supportive, like, oh yeah, totally do it, make your money, like do what you gotta
Yeah.
do. And then some other guy went on the comment thread that I had put up, and he goes on there and he's just like, show me your ass, like no chill, just goes in and then starts putting these very aggressive, like, send me a picture right now, da, 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 da. And then other guys started doing it, and then we started messaging, and she was telling me like there was this other dude that was like already hitting her up, like, hey, send me some pictures right now, like I'll pay you $100, just you gotta do it on Snapchat. Like they were making it super.
Why would you
pushy.
think it's okay to do that, like right on the comment section?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just activate? I mean, I'm not saying it's okay, but why don't you just at least DM her?
Yeah.
And be like, hey,
you're trying
to get into business, just send me some pictures right now. That's even still a little less
It's
creepy.
the impulse.
She already, explained that she already said that she was thinking about doing something like that. So maybe if you DM her, be like, hey, you want to sell me some pictures, right now? That will be at least a little bit more okay. But just like, hey, all right, let me see your butthole. Like what the fuck?
It would at least be appropriate. You know what I mean? Because like I think there's a rapport with that kind of stuff. And I think these dudes were just like skipping that. Like they were just wanting to like, it's like guys that go to a strip club and then pay so they can talk mad shit to like a girl's face. Like, yeah, they're getting paid to do it, but it's like there's a way to go about that if that's what you want, not just fucking, hey, bitch, and then you just throw money at them. Like, it's not like,
I think
it's the whole, like,
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Like, I feel like it's the whole respecting the whole sex worker work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
Some people think like
it's a lack of respect for sex workers. Because you're doing a certain type of work. They look at you as a lesser being, right?
And I feel like people lose respect for people that do that type of work, and in reality, it's like that's the type of work that makes you so vulnerable with your life and like your job too. And it's like it's dangerous out there for them, and then much less be abusive towards them, and that's only showing in the comments. Like, who knows what goes behind closed doors?
Yeah, right.
So some people are just like, yeah, they just show themselves.
They would say in private, or ask for in private, or if they were paying a sex worker, an escort, how would they treat her if they're just publicly right away just going to this girl and being creepy,
And also, I feel like the guys that would say those very like negative and very like derogatory terms, I feel like they've never been with a female,
right?
Or like
that's another
they're
thing. Maybe it's lack of experience or something.
Yeah, lack of experience.
Because that's the thing is like, don't get me wrong, like I think there's certain experiences that sometimes I bypass in my life just because I don't think about them, or like I'm ambiguous to those situations, and I can understand how somebody can get confused and not know the protocol. But it's weird when you're like 40 or like 30 and you're like, or like, I mean, I'm sure there's
what have
ways
you been doing your whole life, dude? Jesus Christ.
No, exactly. And like, I mean, I don't know. I do think like maybe there are people who don't put themselves out there, and there should be a way to like for them to like kind of like immerse themselves into it, because there's a lot of people who go to sex workers because they can't talk to regular females. Like they just don't have the ability to just go up and have a regular conversation, and that's hard too, because if you tell a girl, oh hey, I don't like, you try to be open in that way with them, like especially like really in the beginning, that can be really hard to establish any kind of relationship. So
yeah, but that doesn't excuse disrespect.
No, it does. No, I want to make that clear. Like that shouldn't like be an excuse for people that are just walking up to you and causing disrespect. But maybe like causing more, or like allowing more awareness for people who don't know that they can have a place to, like, I don't know, that'd be weird to have like, do you get what I'm saying? Like,
has anything like that, Irene, since you do you not only do you write, you perform your poetry, in public, mics and shows or whatever. And sometimes in your poetry, you're talking about sucking some guy's dick or something, right? You think that does that translate to someone, even like someone like you, that's like you're not saying that you're gonna do this or that. You're saying your poem, but like, is there like afterwards some guy just like guys or anyone that think they could take too much liberty because of the stuff you said on stage?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, dude. And at first I thought it was genuine. I didn't know what this was. Like I barely started sharing at open mics like 3 years ago. And I'm not used to like attention from my shit. But like I thought it was genuine. And then they asked for your number so that they could so and so collab with you. But and then they get your Instagram, they get your social media. And then like I felt like by doing the erotica pieces, they felt like it was like an invitation for them that, oh yeah, since I talk about this shit, it's okay for you to be like, oh hey, I do this and that. Like, I mean, I'm glad. Like I guess I make people comfortable sometimes. I make people comfortable enough to like talk to me. But I mean, that's cool and all, but I feel like they take the erotica into something sexual.
Yeah.
Because erotica is the art behind it. That's the art that I do. But they translate it into something
Not artistic
verb,
and
verb, as a verb, as something of an
right,
action. Like
right.
I feel
So
Yeah.
like, like I feel like that's my art. Like, yeah, I do that stuff, but that's not me 24/7. Like,
That I
right,
struggle with that. Not necessarily erotica, but when we do comedy, people
mhm,
assume like even
mhm,
if you tell people you're a comic right away, it's like you have to be funny in that moment. You have to be funny all the time, and it's like
yeah. When
no,
people know
I'm
you do
yeah,
like
comedy, you can't be serious for 5 seconds because they think you're mad. Like, no, dude,
yeah.
I'm just literally not laughing right now. Like
yeah,
that's it.
Just
yeah,
literally
Like,
me. I'm like
yeah.
living right
I'm just
now.
literally thinking about what I'm gonna eat later, dude. Chill. Like
Right,
I'm not mad.
right.
I'm just hungry. I'm craving tacos, dude. That's what
Mhm.
I'm thinking about.
And I mean, it goes like the same thing for you that I'm sure they hear your art and they're like, oh, this girl's down for whatever, or this girl,
Yeah,
I hear her
dude.
doing this, so she'll suck my dick right now in the back of the alley or
Dude,
something like,
that's what the DMs used to look like.
yeah,
I
which
think
is
that's probably why I kind of stepped away and just started to do hosting.
yeah.
Um,
So you think like you get more dick pics than the average girl because of it?
um,
You're thinking
the
very hard.
average girl.
You're thinking very
He's
long.
like,
I
hold
guess
on, let
I
me do
mean,
the
how
math. I
much
get
how much does the average
70,000.
girl get?
Yeah, I
Like
know,
I
right?
don't know.
zero?
That's another thing. No, zero. I think
I don't
girls
know.
get a lot of dick pics a day,
I
not a
hope.
day.
I hope that's the average girl gets
I
zero.
mean, I
No,
mean, every time
I
I
was
have a
gonna
joke.
say,
I have a joke on stage that says blah 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 blah. If you send a woman, it's like I'm not gonna tell the whole joke, but it's like
Yeah.
the punch like if you send a woman a dick pic that she didn't ask for, I think you owe. It was about selling pictures online or whatever, and it's like if you send a woman a dick pic that she didn't ask for, I think you owe her $5. I think that's how it works.
Mhm.
And every woman in the audience reacts like they get a million dick pics a day, like they're like, oh, I'd be so rich if I had that. That's what gets me thinking, like, Jesus, how many dick pics do you get? Like, oh
Yeah.
my God.
okay,
Yeah, but it's
okay.
do you Pablo, do you ever think that if you got like an unsolicited vagina pic, you would ever be mad at it?
I might,
Yeah.
See, that's
depending on who
different.
it's from,
No, and
but
that's
it is
my,
different
my
from
point
guys,
is that it is different. It's not the same
honestly.
experience at all. Because most dudes, I don't. There'd be very few people that I would be upset like that. I would if I got like a vagina picture, I'd be like, oh, cool. Like, but then again, it's a different experience for guys than it is for girls.
Oh, have you ever seen a dick that you didn't want to see? It's awful.
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah,
It
it,
like makes it's like it feels like your stomach feels like you ate old
it's just
sushi.
like
You know? Yeah, it's
I
like,
don't
oh,
know.
like it's just upsetting. You know? It's just like
It's just like
upsetting.
in your face, like
Yeah, and it's
I'm
like, oh,
here, I'm here.
yeah. Like
Uh,
you have to look at this very intimate part of my body that you did not want to see. You know? And it's like, oh, it makes it's like you ate like old mayonnaise, and now like you don't know if your stomach hurts or not. You know what I mean? Like it's like
Yeah.
you know it's upset, but like you don't know
Frank
what's
goes,
happening. You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, hey, sometimes your boy hands you your phone and you're like, oh, okay, cool, and then he's like, scroll to the left, and he's like, no, the right, and you're like, oh no, and then you see a dick. And it
I
fucking
thought you
happens.
were gonna be like, yeah, I've
Oh,
had old mayo. I know exactly what that's like.
Oh
me
no, I've
too.
seen it.
That's what
Oh
that's
my
what I
bad.
See?
said.
No,
Frank goes, yeah.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
was
That's
the
what I
same
thought too.
feeling.
And then he's like, no, I've seen my friend's dick.
I've seen my friend's dick. What? You've never seen your friend's dick? It fucking happens, dog.
No, I've seen my friend's dicks,
Yeah, it fucking happens.
but like,
What?
yeah, it
Irene, you never
happens.
accidentally seen your girlfriend's vagina? It fucking happens.
No.
You know what? Because I think
Her
it's because
face,
her
the
vagina.
honesty in her face.
It's well, I think
That's
it's
kind
easier
of
for
hard
guys.
to do. I mean,
I think it's easier for guys because like,
accidentally.
yeah, because like it's out. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
something that's sticking out of your body.
yeah,
It's
You know,
protruding. Yeah.
exactly.
yeah.
You know,
If you
so it's
played
just
sports in high school, you've seen a dude's dick.
you've seen dicks for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think maybe women have seen each other's boobs, but not their vaginas.
Oh, that's fair. That's probably a lot easier to see.
Like maybe I mean I don't know how it works, and
Yeah, I don't.
when
Yeah.
you play sports, but like maybe changing or something, changing your sports bra or something. I don't know. I think
Are
it's
girls
easier for
super
that.
comfortable, like when they're facing each other and then in the locker room, and they're just like, "Oh yeah, dude, you know what? Is it comfortable or is it awkward? I don't know." With dudes, it's
Oh,
very awkward. I mean, not really, because you'll be like looking at each other and just like, like I don't have to like look down, and then it's not weird.
I feel like we try to be as confident as we can, but
Mhm.
we try to ignore what's there, and we just like change as fast as we can. I don't know.
That's fair.
Okay.
I would.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I don't know.
Like
I
at the
used
gym,
to,
you're just like
dude.
at the
Sometimes,
gym, like as an older person, you
Oh,
just
do
wanna,
girls do
like
do
you just
older
don't
ladies do
care, but
that
you
thing
just
that
want to fit
guys do?
fast.
Because like
Oof,
older
they just walk
dudes
around
don't give a
naked.
shit. Older dudes
oh
don't
yeah,
give a
older
fuck.
guys
They'll be
too.
sitting.
Older
They'll be
guys
fucking
too.
standing there like fucking naked, just like yeah,
Yeah, they'll be talking to you with their leg up on the bench,
yeah.
and like
Their
you could be
balls are like
sitting and
hanging
they
over
put
their
their leg up
shoulder
on
and
the bench.
shit.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah. I saw
It
one
doesn't
time
matter.
I was in there, a dude had the hair dryer. He was just hair drying his dick. I was like, what the fuck is happening here?
Have you ever done that though? It's definitely like
No,
worth it.
I'm sure it does sound good, but not at the gym, at your house, maybe.
But then you're gonna get in your car all wet and stuff.
No, use the
And
towel.
but the towel doesn't get it all the way though. Next time you get out
Yeah?
of the shower,
Uh-huh.
use your towel the way you think it gets it dry all the way,
I
and then
do.
and
That's how
then
I
yeah,
dry
no,
my
not
dick.
that's what I'm saying. Do that, and then do like 20 seconds with the hair dryer, and
Okay.
you're gonna see the difference.
And then I'll never go back to the
I
towel.
guarantee it. And then you're gonna do it every day. Irene's over
Okay.
this already.
I know.
Irene's
I was
over
like, she was not
this
caring.
podcast.
No,
Are
I'm
you?
just now I'm trying to figure out what's happening because somebody called and I was lost.
Oh, okay.
Who called you? Was it your ex?
He heard you on the podcast and he was like, what the fuck,
No,
dude?
thank God.
He's looking at it. He's watching
Ew.
this live.
Oh my God, guys. Just he lives in San Diego, so
We'll beat him up for you. Don't worry
you
about it.
guys
Next
wanna
time
have
I
a
go to
trip
San
over there.
Diego, I'll just start yelling. I'll start looking for Brian.
That's not even his name.
Or what is it?
That's
Or
not even
whatever.
him. That was a
I'm
different
trying
guy.
to
Oh, that's a
say.
different
That
guy.
guy's
Okay,
chill.
never mind. That's fair.
That guy's
I'm
Brian's
trying to
chill.
say.
Man. Brian's
Oh, that
chill. He's
Brian
very
lives in
nice.
fucking Rancho Cucamonga.
Do you want us to beat him up too?
Brian, I mean, yes, you know why? He was so rude. He was so rude to the waitress. We went to a Denny's, right? He
Mhm.
was so rude, and he had like the white privilege type of rude, where it's like he would snap for the waiter, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh,
Yeah, and
Yeah,
me, like
white people
I
do
used
that.
to,
White people do that.
yeah, I used to work at a restaurant, and I'm like, oh, that's rude for me,
Yeah.
and for the like, I felt embarrassed, and I'm like, oh no, that's it. Like,
Yeah,
You
no.
guys both very close friends of mine. Do you guys ever think that I'm rude to waiters or
No,
waitresses?
no. I've never
Because
seen
I
you
get
like
that a
be a dick
lot.
to.
Like
Really?
I get that a lot from like people that I'm out with sometimes, and it's like, why are you being rude to the waiter? And I'm like, oh, I thought I was just talking. But
I never got
I guess
that.
not.
I've
You
never
know?
gotten. I've
I
gone
never
to
got
go
that.
to a lot of places to eat with you, and
Yeah,
never
exactly.
once have I seen you be like a dick. If anything, the waiters are dicks to us.
Oh shit!
There was this one time that
I disconnected my
me and
lamp by
Pablo
accident.
were eating at this place in Claremont, and I swear the wait or the person there serving us didn't want to serve us. That's what it felt like the whole time. Like anytime we were like
Why?
asking, he was like having a conversation with somebody else, and it was like a burden for us to like try to order food.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, dude. Are we bothering you? Did we come into your house? Is this your house? I'm sorry. Is this your house? And we knocked on your door and we asked you for drinks and food? No, right? This is
He
where you
said
work.
that?
No, but
No,
like
he
he
didn't say
wasn't.
that.
No, it felt like we were bothering him. You know,
Yeah,
like
that was the
we're
Wow.
just
feeling.
sitting there. Nobody never offered us another glass of water. Never offered me another beer. You know, nothing.
Where is this place?
You
So I
know.
don't go.
So it's like I don't want to say because I
Yeah,
also
because
do
they do
like
have
this
good
food a
food, and
lot.
we still go there.
I would
Pablo
say the
loves
same. I would
going
do the
there,
same.
so we don't want to ruin it.
like I'll just get I'll eat my food, and that's it,
Just go. Yeah.
But like I won't. And this is another thing. I'm not saying that you shouldn't tip your waiters, but like
Hmm.
even that I'm not gonna tip that guy.
Yeah.
You know that
You
made me
still work.
feel like I shouldn't even be there. I'm
Hmm.
not gonna tip that guy. But then my thinking is that well, it's in Claremont first of all, kind of racist. Uh,
Oh,
And
really?
I mean, I'm not just saying that. I've experienced it for sure. So
True.
all the other people that he's taking care of,
Really?
yeah, the other people that he's taking care of are mid 40s white couple,
Yeah.
but two Mexicans in their 20s going,
Mm.
and he might think that we're not gonna be good customers and that we're not gonna tip him well. I'm ready to tip
Yeah.
him well if he's giving me service. At least
Mhm.
offer me more water or another beer.
That
Mhm.
was another thing that he wouldn't get. I only got water, and I had to bug him like 3 or 4 times to like ask for water, and it got to the end where I just wanted to leave because I was like, dude, I can't be, I came here for an experience, and it's not like I can get the water myself if I could, I would, but yeah, it kind of wasn't enjoyable. But the food's totally
Yeah.
worth it. I'll be honest.
The food is really good.
Yeah,
I can't wait to go back.
yeah,
I
we
What kind
wonder
definitely
of
have
if
to go
there's
back
one
to
food
the
in
is
front.
it?
barbecue.
Like American.
Oh,
It's good.
yum.
Yeah,
Have you guys ever
You know-
been to Lucille's?
yeah.
Yeah,
Lucille's is good. I
Oh,
like Lucille's.
this
For
place is better than
yeah.
Lucille's.
it is definitely better, but
What?
the thing is
Yeah.
that Lucille's is good for a chain. It's not good for like a one place, but like this place is good because they only have like one location.
Ah,
So it's
uh-huh.
like
I think
Lucille's
that,
on crack.
I think they have one in LA too.
Oh, well, either way, the
But
point is
that's
they have like
pretty much just
small.
that.
Yeah,
It's a very small. What the fuck is
yeah,
that?
Hmm.
Did you guys hear that?
yeah. I heard like it's the same noise when a ghost walks into a room.
Yeah, a spooky ass door opening.
Is it the?
I think Irene's frozen.
I think so too, or she's just really good at staying in
Dude,
a
a
good position.
ghost got her. That's what the noise was.
How creeped out would you be if?
Irene, are you back?
Are you back?
Yeah,
No. What's
Yeah.
going
but
on?
Okay,
like
cool.
that was a long time to like
I hope it's
pause.
not a
Yeah.
witch.
You would think.
Shut
You know what?
up.
I
Oh,
went
there you
to
go. You're back.
Tasha's cabin in Big Bear, and so I don't go to bed till like 4 or 5 in the morning every day. I
We
just
get it,
No.
dude. You're
I don't.
cool.
And no, I'm not trying to be cool. I'm trying. It's part of the
Okay,
story.
cool
And so
guy.
it's like 4 in the morning, and we're up in Big Bear, and I'm watching TV, and I just start hearing noises, and I was like, "What the
Shut
fuck?"
up.
Yeah, and I don't know what it was, but I was like, dude, it was fucking creepy. And it's not like, it's a cabin, and there's creaks and stuff in the cabin. I'm pretty sure that's what it was, but it still sounded creepy as fuck at like.
Yep.
Well,
super late at night.
there's like woods and shit around, right?
Yeah, it's in the fucking woods.
That's why, dude. That's the thing too. Like people, we live in cities, and we go to the woods. There's all kinds of horrible noises in the woods.
We don't know. We're not used to it.
Yeah, exactly. Have you ever heard the noise a bobcat makes?
No.
No, that sounds
It literally sounds like a witch screaming. If I heard that in the woods in the middle of the night, I will just kill myself so that I don't have to see the witch.
I would just already do the witch's work for her.
I'll be like,
Why would you kill yourself?
I'm not gonna or run away. Okay, run away. I'm sorry.
Run away.
Okay.
You know me. Like it will be
You
the
would keep
scariest.
killing yourself before running away.
That's Pablo's MO. Pablo will kill himself before like anything. Like it doesn't matter.
Anything.
You're gonna get a speeding ticket. Oh shit! I gotta fucking do it.
And you guys know I make jokes like that. I recently started a new job like a month and a half ago, and every time I say something like that, one of my coworkers is like, "Why?" It's the funniest thing. I'm like, dude, I'm kidding. Chill.
Yeah.
Fine. That's
Don't
fine,
worry about
man.
it.
I'm not even suicidal anymore. It's fine.
So dramatic.
Yeah. No. The sound that bobcat makes. Let me try to look it up.
I had no idea.
Good, but the sound that bobcat makes, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's the scariest thing ever.
How come they've never debunked stuff then?
Wait,
What do you mean, bobcats?
Yeah, like I've never heard them say, "Oh, that's from a bobcat." You know what I mean?
I guess so, but the thing is that, and also I was reading
Because
something
I never knew bobcats would sound like something paranormal. You know?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if I was in the middle of the night, like, if you're in the woods in the middle of the night, it's already kind of spooky,
Yeah.
Whether it's something paranormal or just a fucking bear or something, you can't see in the dark. Like you're already in that mode,
Yeah.
So if you hear something and you don't know what it is,
you already want it to be scary.
Exactly.
That's true. That is true.
Exactly. So yeah, it's very easy probably to.
You guys were talking about bad dreams earlier. I don't really get bad dreams like ever. It's very rare that I get like a dream.
Because you're really big. It's because you have high blood pressure.
The what?
Something like that.
What does that have to do with me?
I read something about how like you have like sleep apnea and shit.
Okay.
And that keeps you from like dreaming or something for some reason.
Okay, yeah.
I don't understand how the science works.
I dream.
It's because you're fat, man.
I like how anything you want to relate to. I know it's fucked up. You see how he treats me? You see?
Yeah, I know, yeah. Frank. I know. I've seen it live. I've seen it in real life.
It's like I've been there. But
yeah.
no, I
Yes, you hear this?
No, that's not your dog barking?
Ew, oh, no way.
Dude, that sounds like a guy going, ugh.
Yeah, sounds like a grunt.
Wait, I'm gonna close my eyes. Play it.
Just
fuck that.
Look away.
Heard that
look away from the camera.
I would shit myself. Oh my god.
I'm holding my laptop up to my face so you guys could hear it. So you guys could hear my headphones. My headphones. Okay. But like.
Oh my god, no
that's
way.
A monster. That's a monster.
Dude, why would it be doing that though? Just in general?
I think sometimes it's calling another different sounds is for different things. Sometimes they're hungry.
It's trying to have sex.
I'm sure they have a particular sound when they're in heat,
Mm-hmm,
yeah. Mm-hmm. But some of them sound horrible, So
yeah.
I thought I thought they meow. I
think that was a meow.
That's what their meows sound like. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's just you thought it just sounded like a cat, like a real cat?
Yeah.
Like a house cat? Because this is like 8 times bigger than that.
Yeah, it's not like this big. It's just like fucking at least this.
At
Like,
least
Yeah, I
that's
thought
a
those
small.
were house
That's a
yeah, it's a
small one.
smaller
You know?
one. Bobcats are fucking big, but it's fucking crazy. Imagine
Oh
two
my
of them having
gosh.
sex. The noise fuck must be. I would. Oh my god. I would have to pull a
I
Pablo
don't
and kill
want.
myself. I'd be like, nope, done, son. This ghost ain't getting me.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever been so scared you have to remind yourself you're an atheist? I have one time.
Wow.
I do that every time I'm like really high and I think a witch is bothering me. You know,
You're like, I don't believe in this. That's so
like
funny.
a traditional witch, not just a girl that likes trees and astrology.
Yeah.
I mean, like a real witch. You know,
Not
Yeah.
Instagram witch.
not
I've
just a
dated
not,
a
yeah,
few of
exactly,
those.
not just a Twitter witch
Just
with
like,
the
I'm
bangs and the
kind of a
glasses.
Wiccan.
You know,
Like,
I mean a witch that will sacrifice her firstborn to the devil.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's what I mean when I say witch.
I went on a date recently and we were walking
With a
around.
witch?
Yeah,
In
well,
the
no,
pandemic?
huh? Yeah, I did.
I
Wow.
don't give a fuck.
What?
He lives in Temecula. There's all white people out
Yeah,
there.
we
They,
don't, yeah.
nothing hurts them.
What do you mean? Nothing hurts them?
No, they
I mean,
totally
that's
does hurt.
like their
There was a
mentality.
social. There, we were.
Oh, sorry,
okay,
Frank. Okay.
No, it's fine. We were outside. We went outside, but we were walking around waiting because we went to like a little breakfast place and they weren't ready yet, and so we walked.
You guys were
around.
walking around 6 feet apart.
Yeah, we were walking around 6 feet apart.
No, you
There was-
weren't.
All right.
Everyone else was social
Wait,
distance.
wait,
Leave me
wait,
alone,
wait,
dude. I haven't gotten
wait.
any in a while. Okay.
They went
Okay.
to get breakfast. Who
That was her
knows?
idea. I thought that was fucking weird.
Oh, so it wasn't like. Oh,
No,
let's get
trust
breakfast
me,
the
I would
next
be bragging
day.
about that if that was the case.
Oh.
I
I would have been like,
actually-
wow,
I
that's
know,
some,
right?
that's breakfast.
Wait, what?
Eileen
Breakfast
was,
is
I
a
didn't
big
hear.
deal.
yeah, because it generally means like it's after, like after the first.
Oh,
Day
okay,
after,
okay.
the night after, the day
No, I
after,
wish that was
The
case.
morning after.
The morning after, yeah.
the morning
No.
after.
No, she wanted to go in the morning for whatever fucking reason. I thought it was fine.
Because she has a kid probably, and she has to take care of him. I'm
Yeah, but
guessing
she
you're
got a
into single
babysitter.
mothers. I'm guessing you're into single mothers. Just by looking at you, you look like a stepdad.
Oh,
So-
don't say that. Don't fucking say that. No. Fucking no. No. Fucking.
Doesn't he look
He
like
looks like a
stepdad?
Stop it. I hate
stepdad.
both of you.
Doesn't he
so
look like a
much.
stepdad? Like a stepdad
Pablo,
that's
you
like,
look like a stepdad. I look like a stepmom.
we all look like step parents.
Yeah.
It's about that time.
Step parents anonymous. Once you
gotta
reach a certain
accept it,
age, you're just
I guess,
a
yeah.
step
You
parent.
just gotta accept
think-
it.
you
Like,
think
oh, you
there's
have a
like-
kid.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm 30. I'm not getting any younger. Fuck it.
Yeah. I've experienced that
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
Why do you think I went on that date with that girl? I knew she had kids, and I was like, they ain't
Just don't
It
make
ain't
me
getting
pay
any
for any of
better.
their shit.
like. But either way, we were walking around, and she's like, "Oh, I like this store." And we went in, and the store was like one of those like new agey yoga stores. And as she's like looking at like a crystal, like in my head, I was already like, "Oh, she's into crystals." And then she looks at me, and she's like, I'm kind of a witch, meaning she noticed me looking at her with the. that was kind of my thing too. I was like, ugh, if you say you're a Wiccan, I'm not gonna go on a second date
You're like,
with you.
fuck, everything was going so well.
Yeah, it was going great, and then she was just like, yeah, I like burn sage sometimes. I was like, bitch,
That doesn't make you a witch.
that doesn't.
She said
Like, I was
kinda.
like,
She said
yeah, oh,
kinda.
yeah. Like
Maybe it
draw a
makes you
blood
kind
circle
of-
in your arm or something. Like,
You
know
if
what?
you're gonna do
kinda.
something, at least commit. I would respect a
what?
girl that was like, hey, you know what? Next
I
Tuesday,
am a witch.
Oh, see, exactly. That's
Yeah.
what I want. That
Yeah.
energy.
At
If you're gonna
least
do something,
I want that
you know?
energy. I want to see you sacrificing people to the devil.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be that
I
mad.
wanna
Like,
see
I
you
this bitch for real. Dude, she's gonna
pentagrams
get the
and
morning
stuff.
star up in that shit,
I
dog.
know.
She-
I mean, you know what,
Morning.
Irene? We talked to someone that can see ghosts and spirits and stuff,
it's true.
and
We did.
she says Sage doesn't do anything.
Yeah, she's
Just
like,
so
that's
you know.
just bullshit, dog.
If anything, you're just making them mad.
Look at Irene face.
Yeah.
She's like, I spent so
Oh.
much money
I'm
on
gonna throw out all my
sage.
shit, all my sage.
Yeah, dude, she starts
I
grabbing
spent
the
half my
sage that's next
paycheck
to
on
her and throwing it
sage.
in the trash.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, I think she would know. I think a ghost probably told her, you know? So, like, she's getting firsthand information. I mean, I don't know if a ghost told her, but
Well, she also
But-
said that she can see angels too. You can't. She was an angel
yeah, like
seer.
the good and the bad, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I
but
guess
doesn't sage just like uh get rid of the negative ones?
You know what sage for sure does? Did you know that sage is actually a cousin of oh fuck
oregano,
no. What's that legal drug you can buy at head shops? I just forgot the name of
salvia,
it. Yeah, they're very
shit
close.
sucks.
And so would you the reason why they think sage is actually in a lot of religious things is because it makes you see shit. So like if you actually were to
Mm.
burn sage in your room and just sit there for a minute and like inhale it, you'd start seeing shit.
Oh, and that's
Yeah.
how they started
That's how
using
they
a
were
lot of
able to
this
like especially like in the Catholic religion they because you know how they have that fucking I forget what it's called but it's a thing that they swing around and they put
Yeah.
incense,
sage
the
and they
incense
think
thing.
it's easy the reason they did that was to it's easy to like have influence over people to like really like set in like
Oh,
the
shut
kill the
up.
gays shit yeah.
That's what I was telling my friend something like that.
Mhm.
Because one time we were arguing about ancient aliens, right?
Yeah,
And he
as one
says
would, yeah.
that he says like how did these people come up with these things, these crazy things that they saw and they put on the pyramids and whatever, right? I'm like, you know how many like hallucinogenics ancient people were on?
Oh,
Like especially like high priests and stuff like that. That's all that we're doing. That's
And
all that we're doing.
the wine
yeah.
drinking.
Exactly,
Oh, dude,
exactly.
you're telling me.
That's how they can. I'm not saying that aliens have never visited us. I'm not saying that aliens didn't. I don't because I don't know, but it's not that hard to get something like that from
Yeah,
your own mind. You know, like
yeah.
if you're into like even like I read something like how about if you don't like wash or process rye the right way, you could get high from it, and it makes you hallucinate. Rye,
Mm.
you know, the shit we make bread with.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So imagine all these people back in the day that were discovering all these things like
Yeah.
rye that could be used for a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Mushrooms.
They
Well, yeah,
didn't do it right, and they were tripping
yeah.
balls.
Well, even like there's that theory, right, that
Isn't it? You know,
Moses, when he saw the burning bush,
Oh
that there
yeah.
were those
he was
mushrooms that
high.
they would eat, and they that he just got high and then saw like a burning bush that way.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
It's
maybe that's how all these people that think God was talking to them, or that they've seen things like that. Maybe the whole Bible is a
yeah.
big
Mhm.
mushroom trip.
Did you
You
guys see
know?
that movie? I think it was called Noah. It came out like maybe like 5 6 years ago, and it had Russell Crowe as Noah.
Oh,
No.
I
I
didn't
think
see
Yeah,
it
so.
because
I
they got
think
in a
yeah.
lot of
so.
trouble, or not trouble, but like people, a lot of like religious figures were talking shit because I guess like when Noah would see like the burning bush or talk to God in the movie, it was depicted as like a psychedelic trip, and
Mm.
people like of the like religious figures were getting really upset because they're like, that's not what we want associated with religion and da, da, da. I'm like, you guys don't fucking know. Like, if anything, like nobody has gone to church and like without assistance of some substance, seen
Yeah.
like something crazy. Yet when you do acid, when you do fucking mushrooms, when you do ayahuasca, like anything like that, people say they see aliens, people say they see God, people say like they see all kinds of shit. So it just would make sense to me that at least those two things are somewhat linked. And
Yeah.
I
yeah,
don't know, people get like
that's
upset.
probably how religion started.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
You
I
know,
wouldn't doubt
like
it.
that's how maybe Jesus was just a guy that was doing a lot of shrooms.
Have you heard about that theory that Jesus actually so like the story is that Jesus was born in Bethlehem and then they went away, right? Like you don't hear about
Yeah,
Jesus's life until he's 5 and then again until he's like 30. And what they
yeah.
think
So
happened
it's
is that they moved and went to actually live in a Buddhist temple. I forget where, but it was like fairly like close. It was far away, but or it wasn't like it was still within a reasonable distance for them to go to,
I
and then
think it
he
was
was
a
raised
Muslim temple.
no, this one it says the theory goes that he was in a Buddhist temple, and that's why all the teachings in the New Testament are like much closer to like Buddhism than they are like at all to like Judaism, because he goes from
Right.
like being like this like God in the Old Testament being very like cruel and like worship me only or I'll fucking kill you, versus Jesus in the New
And then he
Testament
sent
being
his
like, I
son to
love
Earth,
you.
and he learned a lot. And he's like, guys, it's chill, just be
Yeah.
cool, you know,
But no, but it's
just
just
be
so
cool. My
different.
dad won't get mad, right?
Yeah, right.
Just be chill with
But
each other. And then they killed him, you know. So
yeah,
and then they
yeah,
killed him, and now it's 2020, and everything's on fire.
pretty much.
You
Fuck
know?
Pretty much.
God.
But no, it's just
Like,
interesting. Like when I heard that, I was like, that's something that would probably be more believable than what's really like in the book, at least to me.
It's all interpretation.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. It's all
yeah,
interpretation. And after all, they transcribe it in different languages, and you never know. Like, have you ever played the telephone game where like you add a new word to yeah, right? Like that, you already know that shit goes crazy. So imagine a whole book.
Well, the
a
crazy
whole
thing
book
too is
translated from ancient languages that barely anyone knew.
Well,
Yeah.
there was a guy who actually
rewritten, and then King James took his favorite parts, and then that's it, and then translated. Yeah, there's no way
there
we're
was
getting
a guy
any.
that
I don't think
he
we're getting
spent
anything
like
close to the original message.
he spent like I think he said he spent like something like 20 or 30 years to like figure out the Dead Sea Scrolls, which is like the oldest form of the Bible that isn't still around.
Right.
And he said that when he actually was able to like transcribe it and like get it to like, to be able to read it only. And he said that the Dead Sea Scrolls are nothing compared to like what our Bible is today. Like everything is different. Like not even close, like very different. So that alone, it's like, that is insane that people read the Bible and still like go by.
So how are we supposed to trust any organized religion then?
Yeah.
Well, at least
because
based on the Bible.
even if when Catholicism started, Christianity started, even if they meant well, you're not getting anything like the original message.
Yeah.
That's why it got so corrupted, and now the Catholic Church seems to be doing more bad than good. Christianity has been taken as an excuse to conquer other countries, enslave people, and stuff like that, because God gave them the right to. Maybe people are just horrible, and that's it.
I wouldn't doubt it. Well, anyways, back to the Egypt thing, dude. I think they had raves in Egypt, dude. No joke. I think they
back to the funny shit.
They got. I legit think like they would get drunk as fuck. They get high as fuck on whatever fucking plant they could burn, and then they would one guy was smart enough to maybe not smoke so much and just drink a little bit, and then he would fucking come.
He was able to write.
Yeah, right. And he would.
I mean,
to blog.
Ancient Romans were getting high and having orgies.
Yeah.
So.
Isn't that crazy that orgies were like a huge thing in ancient societies, and like now it's looked down upon so much?
Yeah, because of religion.
Yeah, right. But those behind a lot of religion, there still was like a lot of fucking.
I think that was before the Renaissance.
Oh, probably it was. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe when everybody was like groovy,
Yeah, and then religion came in.
No, but I mean when they were like still like when it was still okay to like discover new things and get to know your body, and then religion started shaming you for it.
What? You did what?
And you can't even touch yourself now.
No,
because God gets mad.
Dude, imagine trying to masturbate in like Roman times.
Like, probably the best. Probably.
You think so? I think that shit would like they could fucking hear. Everyone could hear you.
Have you seen the picture of that guy from Pompeii, whatever, however you say it? You know how there was a big eruption in the volcano that was very sudden, and it just destroyed the whole city and killed everyone in it. Yeah, it's like his burned, mummified body and his hands on his dick. He's laying down and his hands on his dick. So like,
he was trying to
jerk it, and then the volcano was like, we're dying. Let me just rub one out.
You're assuming he knew, like that volcano. It didn't it didn't not happen.
Oh well, then it caught him by surprise.
Yeah, like he was just going at it, and
it's like, oh, my kids are finally out of the house for a second.
Yeah. Everyone's out. I'm just gonna rub one out real quick.
Yeah, my kids are out, and my wife can't watch them because she died giving birth to them.
Yeah. Do you
think
if a girl like because like
that would happen all the time
caught masturbating, she would like get stoned to death or some shit?
Probably.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, in ancient times, women got stoned for a lot less.
How fucking dare she enjoy herself? Like that's fucking crazy.
How
she was supposed to be
how dare
pure.
she?
Yeah.
How dare she have any identity that doesn't revolve around me.
It must have been fucked because
that was the thinking the whole time. You know, that was the thinking the whole time.
If you were a virgin, you would get sacrificed. If you were a whore, you would get sacrificed. Like what? You couldn't do either or.
Yeah. Just look down. Just look down and do nothing. Like, that's all you could do.
Don't fucking breathe.
Like, what? School? You know, go stupid. Go learn how to make sheets or something.
Yeah.
You know, like, learn how to make sheets out of wool or something. You know, like that's terrible. It's terrible.
You guys ever watch that?
I mean, right now, kind of like in the modern times, it's kind of similar because women get shamed for having sex and women get shamed for getting abortions and stuff. You know.
Yeah.
So like the thinking is probably about the same.
I wouldn't call it the same, but I understand that it's still
the thinking is in the same.
It's still there.
Yeah,
still
it's in
there.
the same field, you know.
Yeah,
but now
fair.
we're also allowed to have like women like Cardi B that sing about why
people are getting really mad about that. I don't really because
I know.
Okay, and maybe
guys are insecure.
How many disgusting songs is there about guys?
Exactly. I was thinking about it the other day as I was driving home. I was listening to it. I was like, hey, and like as the whole time I'm just like, I don't get how people are mad at this. This isn't anything worse than what has been on before.
Yeah.
Except they kind of disguised it more. Oh, a skeet. Okay. But still, I mean, it's the same intention. Who gives a shit?
Skeet means coming?
Yeah.
Skeet means coming?
Yeah, it means coming.
Yeah.
I knew
people say that skeet to each other.
I was saying that shit when I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude. You know what I mean? Like a skeet for a little while became like a greeting. You know, people were saying that shit ever. You see it in commercials. Lil Jon still has a career. Yeah, like you know, and that's the thing. Is like people. I don't know. Like I get it. It is aggressive, but I don't think it's a bad thing.
Is it more aggressive, like I said, than the million songs?
I think the only reason that it's more aggressive is because it has the word pussy in it, and that's
also
perceived as more aggressive. That's why.
But also, you know what? Like when I was listening to it, and there was like something about like bring them up, I was like, okay, that's too much. You know, like how wet is it exactly?
Though. So like, it kind of covers all the bases.
How much water is there? You know, coming out that you need a mop. I think you know, like, you know what I mean? It's like. I don't think that should be happening, girl.
I would listen the.
I like your song, but that should not be happening.
Kill Tony, which is another podcast, a comedy podcast. I think they have a band that's actually
a comedy podcast, just like ours.
No, so, much better.
With a lot of listeners, it's like the #1 live podcast in the world.
Yeah, exactly. And so, but the Kill Tony band were talking about the song. And I forget one of the members, the guitar player. I don't know him because they got rid of the old guitar player, or I don't know what happened. But either way, the guitar player I don't know. They asked him what he thinks wet ass pussy meant because I don't think they actually knew or what WAP means. And he goes, "It's wet ass pussy." So it's like the wetness from a guy coming out goes into the ass and then comes down to the pussy. It was really very strange.
What?
And like he took it like literal. Ugh. Like, yeah, it took me back. I was like, this is more aggressive than the actual song. What is happening?
That's way worse. You know what? The thing about the mop wasn't that bad then.
No.
Yeah, it's like, what do you think is happening there, guys? Like,
she's just trying to be cleanly. That's what I took it as. Yeah. She's trying to make sure the room's sterilized after. It's just being conscious of the state of the room.
But what did you guys think about Kylie being on there?
Wait, I mean, in the music video? Mm-hmm. Why not? Is it a bad thing, or is it like?
No, I mean, but like.
I mean,
I don't know what she contributed to it.
The only thing about it is that
besides face value,
she's not like a real artist, I guess. Like Cardi B we know she has worked really hard to get to where she is, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that it was easy for Kylie Jenner too, but it's a different thing because Cardi B and all the other people that were in the video are actually creating things for the masses. Kylie Jenner got famous because of her sister, and then she's just like
I don't think she got famous because of her sister. I think she had the opportunities open to her because of her sister.
They all got famous. They all got famous. I'm not saying that she didn't have to work hard.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like I'm sure.
But more doors were open.
Yeah, exactly. Because of that, like it would have been a completely different thing if it wasn't that her sister was already in the spotlight, and then they all got a show together, like
Yeah.
it would have been a completely
And
different
like
thing. So I mean,
for
I get
me,
why
to
people would
be
say that.
honest, I feel like she's the most prettiest of all the Kardashians.
No, the younger one is.
Kendall?
I think, yeah, she looks more like she doesn't look so plasticky as the rest of them, which I'm sure she's had a lot of work done. Uh,
Yeah.
you know,
Unpopular opinion, I like the oldest one. I think she's hot.
which one's the
So
oldest
that's
one?
isn't it Kim?
No, they're the other
No,
one. The
Kim's
Oh,
like the
then
middle one,
Vic.
no?
Yeah, Kim's the middle one. Not
Kim's the
Oh,
Chloe.
Courtney.
Courtney.
isn't
Yeah, Courtney.
isn't
Courtney.
Kim the youngest one of the Kardashians
No,
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
Kardashians? And then
no. The
it's the
other
Jenners
one's
after.
Chloe's the youngest. It goes
Chloe's the
Chloe,
youngest?
Oh.
Kim in the middle, and Courtney is the oldest.
Okay, no, Courtney is pretty. I like her. I like her more than Kim.
I don't like her attitude. Sometimes her like ego, I think, gets
I've
in
literally
the way
never
of
heard her speak. So.
Oh, it can be a lot sometimes. I mean, not that I watch the show or
I think you do. I think you love it.
No, I don't. I honestly I can't watch.
Exactly the type
I
of show
can't watch
you will
for
watch.
more than like 5 minutes because it makes me mad because they get in arguments over really dumb stuff. But it's the show. I'm not saying she's not. I'm saying the show in the the what is that, like the reality that they build around it makes me mad. But my mom and my sister are really into it, so it's always on the TV.
Yeah, I used to watch it.
It's a lot. Like it's a lot of crap that they get into for like just the littlest things sometimes. And I'm like, nah, I couldn't deal with that.
You gotta get those ratings up, dog. What do you think people are gonna watch it? What do you think people are gonna watch it if they're just like being moms, dude? No, nobody wants to watch
it.
that.
I get like it's a reality TV. Like I understand. I love watching Jersey Shore. I fucking get it. But it's just a little too much for me. Like for me, like Jersey Shore, I love it because it's a guilty pleasure because it is one of those shows that's so bad that it's good.
Ooh.
But the Kardashians, it doesn't have enough substance for me. Like I'm not interested in the things that they're really interested in. It's kind of cool that they get to do cool things, and that's kind of cool to watch. But like Jersey Shore,
doesn't have any heart.
relate to. Yeah, exactly.
That's my guilty pleasure is The Bachelor or like The Bachelorette for me. Like it's
that one
so
I can't
like
watch because of the like how can like the amount of like how serious they take the actual show while they're on it. Like I couldn't do that if I was one of like 30 dudes trying to
They
get
have
one girl.
to though. That's the show.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I can't get into it. That's like for me. I'm not saying the show like is bad for that reason. I'm saying I can't get into it because I can't put myself in that reality.
They gotta take it serious, or else they won't get a roast and move on to the next round. Come on, Frank.
Brittany got a rose, and he said I was pretty, and I was confused because last week he let me make out with him, and I just don't know.
Yeah, wouldn't you be confused?
That, like I'm just like shut up.
Wouldn't you expect to get a roast? Because I would.
I mean that's fair. That is
So
true. You're not wrong. I would be really pissed if I made out with the girl and then she was like,
and then she didn't select me to move on to the next round.
We didn't really connect that much. My tongue was
we
in your mouth.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know. Irene, are you working on another book?
I'm just gonna say yes.
I like that answer.
No, but I have some poems that are that can be. Well, okay, I know the next title. It's gonna be called A Drawer Full of Flannels. So instead of a closet full of hoodies, it's gonna be a drawer full of flannels.
Did you make any hoodie merch for the book?
No, that is a good idea, Frank.
You should make flannels for the next one.
make polos, but and instead of where the logo goes, it says il.cruz.
We should be your marketing campaign
I'll buy one of those.
directors,
Yeah.
both of us.
Yeah, guys, I do need help with merch.
Dude, let us know. We'll brainstorm ideas. We'll go to Norm's. We'll stay there till they fucking close, which is never. So we're never.
Go to
we can't go. Well,
Or
we can't be inside, so
I know.
We'll order and then
especially
just walk
for a project that's in the bag too, especially.
Oh yeah, tell us about projects in the bag. I almost forgot to ask you about that.
Okay, so knowing me, I have a bag full of my shit, right?
Yeah.
So I had my phone on one hand, my vape pen, and like whatever, and then I'm just looking for a tampon or for like a sanitary napkin. And then I like I was looking for it before I had to go to the bathroom and then whatever. And then I'm like, what am I complaining about when like down the street there was a lady like asleep on a bus bench, and like I have a phone here and my wallet and shit, and she has like nothing. She doesn't even have a blanket. And so I was like, fuck, I wonder what I could do. And then so I looked it up and I'm like, well, what if I fill up a bag and fill those up with like feminine products and toiletries and like personal hygiene items. So I looked that shit up, and then like it's been done, but not in Pomona. And then since I'm always in Pomona, I'm like, oh, I'll start it there. So like I asked you guys to like, I asked everybody to like to post it or whatever, and like the feedback was amazing, and that was like 2 years ago. So it's been doing really well, and like I think um, we've helped the Skid Row area, downtown LA, East LA, Southeast LA, Pomona, Riverside, uh, Glendale, Eagle Rock. So it's been pretty crazy, but like I'm so glad like I get the help and support from the community, because I can't do it by myself.
Right. So you take donations for feminine products and stuff like that. But you started taking
Yeah,
other
and like
things too, right?
lately we've been taking in like the essentials like the masks, hand sanitizers, soap and stuff. So that's pretty cool, and that's helped maybe a couple hundred by now, and it's a whole community. And I
Right.
also take in donations on the GoFundMe, for money donations. And
Okay.
um, yeah, I mean, there's in the works, there's an event coming up, but it's still being finalized and stuff. But it's going to be like a donation drive sometime in September.
Cool, cool,
Um,
cool. Let us know when it is, and we'll plug it too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Uh,
guys.
yeah. I think we're good, right, Frank? How long
Yeah,
have we been
we're good.
recording? Cool. Thank you so
Just
much
a
for
little over an
joining
hour,
us,
so
Irene.
we're all
Do you
set.
want to plug your
Yeah, this
social
was a lot of fun.
media, project that's in the
Okay.
back, social media, and stuff
Okay.
like that?
Okay. So I go by il.cruz. It's il.cruz. One L. I'm not that sick yet. Um, and then that's my poetry stuff and all my bullshit stuff, whatever, whatever. But if you want to get some good vibes, some good words every day, I try to put out good vibes out there. That's project. It's in the bag. Um, or you could look up at PIITB. It'll be easier. And then it's a sunflower. So make sure you follow us. And there's the link in the bio to donate. And it links up um, project to all the projects I'm working on also. So yeah, also follow Pomona Loud. That's the open mic in downtown Pomona. We used to do it every second and fourth Thursdays. Hopefully we'll be back there soon. But yeah, thanks you guys.
Cool. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Frank.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
Frank.
for all the work you do.
Yeah. Oh,
Nah,
thank
you're a
you.
bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks.
I'm just like, nah, you suck. No, no, thank you,
Yeah, you
Frank.
see,
Thank
you fucking
everybody.
see.
That was
Thank
a
you guys for
genuine thank you
listening.
too from Frank.
It
Yeah,
Yeah,
was.
thank you
I
guys.
heard that.
Thank you.
I heard that pep in
Thank
your
you.
step.
For the
Yeah.
sincerity.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Irene. Thank you
All
to all the
right.
listeners. Thank you guys so much for listening. We love
Thanks,
you guys.
guys.
Make sure you follow Irene, please. She's super dope.
Haha.
And listen to her poetry, buy her book, support Project It's in the Bag if you can. It's a really cool thing to help, homeless women mostly, but kids and stuff. Men get help too
Mhm. Mhm.
a little bit. We'll focus on women.
Mhm.
But yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Frank. Yeah, just roll the credits.
Other shit talk to me. Drinking on blood like a man pop back. Waiting on the plug like where he at. Chilling on clothes at the laundry mat. Can't fuck with me like an angry cat. Need me a blunt and a gargoyle stack. Black lipstick and a spider.